There's some bad news for WWE SmackDown. According to WWE CEO Nick Khan, the company is open to a third hour of SmackDown. That is terrible news for the blue brand. Raw has not been the same since they went 3 hours in 2012, and I just think that it's impossible to book a 3-hour WWE show. If Raw was 2 hours, I think the show would be much better. That's actually why SmackDown has been better than Raw since 2016. It's just so much easier to watch. It flows better. You don't need a completely stacked roster because a few top names can fill up the show. It's easier to watch, and there are a ton more other reasons as to why 2 hours is infinitely better than 3. I understand though, from a financial perspective, that the WWE can benefit greatly and they can make millions and millions of more dollars in ad revenue, but at what point do you not realize that you are hurting and damaging your product? When will they understand that they're driving away their biggest fans? Then again, they still pull in millions of viewers, so that is actually a good amount of people still watching. So as a wrestling fan, this is terrible news, but from a financial standpoint, I get it. So anyways, I hope this is just a concept and idea that never ends up happening. AJ Styles shockingly buried the World Heavyweight Championship. When talking about the World Heavyweight title, he said this: "Is it secondary? Well, if the Raw Championship is held by Roman Reigns and the SmackDown Championship is held by Roman, then how can you argue that it's not?" I find it extremely bizarre that he would say this. AJ Styles openly admitting that he doesn't even consider this a major world championship is not good. First, you had Triple H downplay the championship when introducing it, and now you have one of the guys competing for it saying the same thing, and that is disappointing. The WWE should have worked better on making this title feel special and important. They're not doing a good job. The only one that is doing a good job is Seth Rollins. I feel like he's the only one trying. With that being said, AJ Styles also said some other things about the belt. When talking about the winner of the title, he said it didn't matter. It's just good to give the WWE Universe a workhorse champion. This is what he said: "This guy's going to be on pay-per-views. He's going to be at live events. He's going to do all these things that need to be done. When I was WWE champion, I was on all these live events. I was on all the pay-per-views, all the TVs. That's what you do. The price of being the World Heavyweight Champion is, yes, you get the recognition of being the champion, but you also have to do the job of being world champion. You got to be there and you got to do the job." So while he somewhat buried the championship, this was a nice statement. I agree with it. It's nice to have a top champion headline pay-per-views, be at weekly shows, and also at live events. I hope that WWE does everything in their booking power to make this championship feel as special as the Undisputed Championship. I honestly think it all depends on the person holding the belt, and I think Seth Rollins is going to do a good job at that. In other news, there's some interesting, maybe bad news for Cody Rhodes. I want to say bad news because I think that if this is true, the ending of WrestleMania 39 was pointless, and I really don't want that happening. But anyways, Worked Wrestling is reporting that there's been a change in the WrestleMania 40 plans, and they said, while it's still early, discussions have taken place for Raw's main event for WrestleMania 40 to potentially be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Both superstars have expressed interest in working with each other in the past and are seen as a top face and heel on the Raw roster. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes is a dream match, and it would be so good. Gunther has been killing it ever since joining the main roster. He is world championship material. He's a staple of the company, and I'm glad that Triple H took over at the perfect time because Gunther has seen great success because of it. And Cody Rhodes versus Gunther is a strong WrestleMania main event. They even teased us with it at the Royal Rumble when they were the final two opponents in that match. They battled for a good amount of time before Cody Rhodes won the match. It's a great idea. However, that would mean that Cody Rhodes wouldn't get his win back from Roman Reigns, and that just seems kind of ridiculous to me. The story needs to end with Cody Rhodes dethroning Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 to become the WWE champion. I don't want to see Cody beat Gunther to become the World Heavyweight Champion. That would be so lackluster. Like I said, he needs the WWE Championship, and he needs to beat the top villain, and he's got to do it for his dad. Moving on from the World Heavyweight Championship and onto the US title, more specifically the Austin Theory and John Cena promo for their WrestleMania 39 match. There was a lot of backlash from the WWE Universe when fans first heard that promo. They felt John Cena buried Austin Theory. Well, John Cena confirmed that he came up with the promo with Austin Theory. They wrote it together, so it wasn't some random unexpected promo from John Cena to Austin Theory. He also had some tough love for the US champion, saying this: I said to Austin Theory, you are young, you are athletic, you will work for this company, you will do interviews. But I don't believe what you do when you're out there. I just don't. I said it to him personally before I said it to him publicly. That is a crazy thing to say to someone, but sometimes we need to hear the harsh truth, and hopefully Theory can take this feedback and grow from it, because I kind of see what John Cena is saying. Austin Theory's good and he has all the right tools and the skills, but he's just not getting over with the audience. They actually don't care. If anything, they cared more when he was running around with the selfie gimmick. Right now, it feels like he needs to learn how to be more charismatic and work on developing his character more, but I believe he will figure it out. There's some sad news about Dakota Kai. She got injured in the same match that Liv Morgan got injured in last week. During a move on Liv Morgan that she was performing in that match, she was trying to protect Morgan's shoulder and ended up tearing her ACL, and that is heartbreaking news for her and Damage Control. I am wishing her a speedy recovery. And now, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. The show kicked off with Paul Heyman talking about the big tag team match at Night of Champions. It's going to be Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Roman and Solo were not at the show. The promo wasn't anything too crazy. It was just your standard Paul Heyman promo. Sami and Kevin Owens did come out, who were quickly interrupted by Imperium. Matt Riddle came to help his friends, and I think that WWE's got to do something better with Matt Riddle. I don't think he should just be helping Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, because it really doesn't benefit him. Anyways, then we saw Bronson Reed and Ricochet battle in an entertaining match. This was basically two great athletes who were showcased in this one. It was really good stuff, and I'm loving this Bronson push. Brock Lesnar then annihilated Cody Rhodes, breaking his arm, obviously kayfabe-wise. The WWE did a great job with this segment. Cody made it look painful and real, and he sold it well. There was a segment with Cody and Triple H later in the show, which I loved. That is a dream match I would love to have seen, but it's obviously too late. Anyways, Cody interrupted Brock later in the night and was destroyed even more. Some people aren't sure if he's going to show up at Night of Champions, but I think he is. I think this is just WWE trying to book him to look strong for when he does lose at that show. This will probably be a typical Brock Lesnar dominating match if I had to guess. Alpha Academy then picked up a win over the Viking Raiders, and I'm enjoying the storyline with Chad Gable, Otis, and Maxine. WWE gave us the Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura dream match. Again, it was good stuff, nothing too crazy, but good nonetheless. They don't disappoint when they are in that ring together. Balor won with the help of Damian Priest and his distraction. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus had a strong contract signing. This is my favorite Becky Lynch when she's intense and very serious. She even brought up Trish Stratus barking like a dog. That deserved a louder pop, but it is what it is. I'm excited for their match, and I think it's a sleeper that's going to shock a lot of people. And finally, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle defeated Imperium to give them some more momentum heading into their big Night of Champions match. This was a solid episode of Raw. What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.